What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Misplayed Magic, the only Magic the Gathering YouTube channel doing giveaways based on how I draft. You'll see up on the screen here, if I get 0 wins in this draft, I'm giving away a collector booster pack to one of you. All the way down to 7 wins, I'll be giving away a draft. All you have to do to enter into this is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below on your thoughts on how I did. Before we hop into the draft, we are going to spin the Wheel of Chaos here to give ourselves a challenge as we hop into this draft. Alright, so today's challenge is going to be Rare Hunter, which means if I see a rare or a mythic in the pack, I have to take it. If there's multiples, I can pick which one I want, but if there's some crappy rares that are wheeling around, I have to scoop them up. So let's go ahead and jump into it and see how we do here. Alright, so hopping into this first pack here, we are hoping to see some good rares that we can take. It's not the greatest rare, but we will pick up a Flamehold Grappler here. It can be decent if we line it up effectively. I will say I think we need to, in terms of our curve, slot this in like the 5-drop slot, because I think we're really rarely wanting to play this on 3. If I wasn't doing this challenge, I'd probably take a Karakit Guardian here. It's just a really solid top-end dragon. If not that, then maybe the Botanist. But we're going to take the Flamehold Grappler here. We're going to try and make it work, and we'll see what we get past. Alright, so we do get past a Dragonfire Blade as our rare. We have to take it, which is fine. I think this card is like a C right now, maybe a C-. It's okay, but with the Grappler, it equips for 1. It's a 5/5 with first strike, hexproof for monocolored. Not the worst thing in the world. So we're going to pick up the Dragonfire Blade here, and now the rares are flowing. We're going to pick a Mox Jasper. It is really bad in Limited, especially just because we're just never playing this. So I'll pick it here, unfortunately. And now we get our first selection of the entire draft. So looking at this pack, I'm not totally married to making the Flamehold Grappler work. And I think the Disruptive Stormbrood is really solid. And it getting past this much tells me that green or black or both might be open. So I'm going to speculatively take that here as a decent enough. Oh my goodness! Who is passing this in the first pack? Who is passing this? We're taking the Jeskai Revelation. We're making that work. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Okay. I take everything I said back. We're not going to make the Disruptive Stormbrood work. We are taking the Jeskai Revelation. We are stoked to pick that up. I've not gotten to play with it yet on the channel, so really excited about that. And we'll look at some other Jeskai looking cards here as we try to make that work. Bearer of Glory is a totally reasonable 2-drop. It's nothing spectacular, but Rescue Leopard and Summit Intimidator are also just fine. Neither one is truly fantastic. We could take an Evolving Wilds if we wanted to go the conservative route here, which I think I'm going to do. I don't really know what our base color is going to be, if it's going to be blue or red or white. Here, I do think the Dispelling Exhale is better than the Twin Bolt. Maybe we just keep taking Fixing. Like, I know we're playing the Jeskai Revelation. Let's do it. Let's take the Swiftwater Cliffs here. Hopping on into our 8th pick. We could take a Dragonback Lancer or an Underfoot Underdogs. Ringing Strike Mastery is just not my favorite. I think we'll take a Lancer. I don't think this is the type of deck where we're wanting to play the Underfoot Underdogs, but I'll be surprised if we have to come back and play that. Hopping into our 9th pick, we will pick up our first Devoted Duelist as a super solid 2-drop creature. I do think that kind of inches us in the direction of wanting to play red. Alright, looking at this 10th pick, I do think we'll pick up a Stormshriek Pharaoh. I'm totally fine playing at least one of those in a deck. Now we could go the Tempest Hawk route if we're feeling extremely chaotic, or we could just take a Boulderborn Dragon. Let's take the Tempest Hawk. I know a lot of people in the comments are pro Tempest Hawk, so we'll take that here. We'll take a Sunshield. I'm not loving any cards left in that pack. The Stride is bad. Alright, hopping into this next pack, we do have to take the rare, which is a little bit of a bummer. So we have to take the Sinkhole Surveyor. It is good, but I would much rather have a Strike Master or a Uranus rebuff, or a Focus the Mind here. So we are forced to pick the rare in the pack. We'll take the Sinkhole Surveyor. It's not what we're looking for, but we will pick it up here. All right, now it looks like we actually have a choice in what we get to pick. There's no rares in the pack, which I am excited about. So I'm going to be looking at the 2-drop slot specifically, and we could take either the Frontline Rush, the Jeskai Monument, or the Fortress Kingguard. This is going to sound crazy. I don't think this deck is going to be insanely aggressive, so we're actually going to prioritize the fixing in the Jeskai Monument here, and that will kind of fill our 2-drop slot. All right, hopping into our third pick, we do get a choice again here. So we could take a Overwhelming Surge, which is a average removal spell. Nothing spectacular, but also we have no removal spells at the moment. Wild Ride and Fire Emblem form are not really going to do it for us. And then Unending Whisper is a really good card draw effect. But again, I don't know if blue is going to really be our secondary color or more of our splash color. So I'm going to take the Overwhelming Surge here as a baseline decent removal spell. Hopping into our fourth pick here, we could take an Agent of Codis or a Bearer of Glory. Furious Forebear is also decent, but I'm going to pick up a Narset's Rebuke here. I think it does a really good job of helping us to double spell. Now looking at our fifth pick, I do think, if we just look at our creature count right now, we've got 3 creatures, 5 non-creatures. We kind of have to start taking creatures. I'm going to take a Salt Road Pack Beast as a totally fine top end of our curve. And we might look into more of a red-white looking deck. Moving on into our sixth pick here, I do think we want to just shore up our curve. So I'm going to take a Bearer of Glory as a totally mediocre 2-drop. And then here we're pretty excited to pick up a Fortress Kingguard. So we're just trying to get creatures out there early, do some pressure on our opponents. Nothing crazy, so that eventually we can play the Jeskai Revelation. Here we'll take another Bearer of Glory. I do think we're going to be a red-white deck splashing blue for a couple of cards. Moving on into our ninth pick, we could take a Uranus rebuff. Came all the way back around. Definitely a consideration. We could also take a Tempest Hawk if we're feeling memey today, which I kind of am feeling like some memes might be in store. So we might pick up a Tempest Hawk or Underfoot Underdogs. Let's go the meme route. If we get like 2 more Tempest Hawks, I'll do it. All right, heading on. We'll take a copy of the Underfoot Underdogs. Meticulous Artisan might just be better, because it helps us ramp into the Revelation. Let's do that. Let's take the Artisan here. Now we'll take a Wild Ride. Could take a Fire Emblem form instead. We'll take a Wild Ride. And the chance that we get super aggressive, we'll take an Agent of Codis. If we go straight 3 colors, we'll see. And then hopefully we can open a Jeskai rare in this last pack. We don't. We open Narif, Heart of the Storm. But I will say, we could splash black. If we weren't doing the challenge where we had to pick rares and mythics, I would probably, another Jeskai Monument would be decent. Either one of these uncommons would be good, and the Fortress Kingguard would be okay as well. We have to take the Narif here, but there's like an off chance that we're oh my gosh, what is this draft? We're taking the Crater Hoof. Yeah, we're not playing it. It's bad. I don't even want to look at that pack. All right. We're sitting at 10 creatures, 6 non-creatures. We could take a Roiland Dragonstorm, but we only have 1 dragon. Stormplane Attainment is a fantastic removal spell, or we could prioritize some fixing in the Mystic Monastery. I'm going to prioritize the removal spell and the Stormplane Attainment here, just because we don't have a ton of removal effects, and I want to make sure that we are able to take away our opponent's best creatures here. Heading on into our 4th pick, we could take a Sun Pearl Kieran as a totally fine 2-drop, but I'm actually going to pick up another Salt Road Pack Beast that will help us hopefully dig into our deck. And we do, I'll start laying out the curve now. We've got a decent amount of things to do on 2, so hopefully that will be fine. Here we'll take a Jeskai Devotee, which I'm actually pretty excited about, will help us with our fixing. Heading on into our 6th pick here, we could take another Stormshriek Pharaoh, which would be decent. Defibrillating Current, we would be casting for 4, probably. So not super excited about that. I think we're actually going to just go with a Stormstreak Feral. Moving on into our 7th pick. Now it's like, do we really want to play the narrative? Or do we want another card like the Devoted Duelist in our deck? Or do we want to go the Tempest Talk route? Decisions. Let's go the Tempest Talk route. People have been saying it in the comments. I need to take Tempest Talks. Here we have to take a Dracogenesis, which is a bummer, but honestly, it's fine. I'm putting the Tempest Talks in. We got up to 3 of them. Alright, moving on into our 9th selection here. Fleeting Effigy is pretty good in terms of just like trying to run over our opponents. We could also take a Mardu Devotee or a Summit Intimidator. I'm going to go with the Mardu Devotee with the chance that we end up trying to play the narrative. I don't think that we will. Moving on into our 10th pick, we'll take a Poise Practitioner. It's not fantastic. This deck is so hilarious. Here, I do think the responsible thing to do is take the Mystic Monastery. I don't think we have the facilities. Maybe we do have the facilities to play the narrative. That feels so greedy, though. Alright, let's look at this deck. Alright, so here's what the deck would look like if we wanted to play the narrative. Heart of the Storm as just a good 4/5 dragon. So we have the Umel Sentinel can go get a swamp. We've got a couple swamps in the deck currently. We've got the Mardu Devotee would be fixing for it. And then the Meticulous Artisan will make a treasure for it. So we've got 3 black sources. This deck is so hilarious looking. So hilarious looking. We got 17 creatures, 6 non-creatures. Let's try it. Let's try it. We're going for it. We're hopping into our first match here. Alright, hopping into this first game. We go first. We're definitely keeping this. I don't know that we'll play the Flamehold Grappler on 3 as just a 3/3 with first strike. I think we're going to try to hold that for as long as we can. Our opponent has got a Mardu Devotee, which is good. I think we're somewhat interested in making our Fortress Kingguard into a... No, let's actually go wide with it. If they want to attack, I think we're fine double blocking. And then we trade our token instead of trading our Fortress Kingguard. Bearer of Glory is decent from our opponent. So I do think we want to take this moment to draw some cards. I'm going to discard a Plains. And then we're just going to play out our Evolving Wilds and go get a Swamp in the chance that we draw our narrative Heart of the Storm. And then we'll just continue trying to hold up our opponent here. Next turn, we'll probably go Meticulous Artisan, and then we can go Grappler into Tempest Talk the turn after, if we draw an untapped land. Feels decent to me. Zergo's Vanguard is good. So I do think we want to go Meticulous Artisan here. And then next turn, we'll go Grappler into Tempest Talk and just try and hold up. I think it also trades well with the Vanguard if they want to attack. If they remove it and then attack, it feels pretty bad. We'll see what they do here. So they're just going to attack with those 2. It screams Combat Trick and not Removal Spell. So we're going to hold off on blocking. We'll take those 3 points of damage. And then next turn we'll go Grappler into Tempest Talk. Make a 3/3 and 2 2/2s. Looks like our opponent is also going to do some digging as well. Maybe they just had the Unsparing Boltcaster. So here I do think we are interested in starting by attacking. If they want to trade with our Artisan, that is fine by me. And then we're going to put a Grappler into some Tempest Talks on the battlefield so that we can effectively block the Vanguard next turn. I think if they had a removal spell last turn, they probably would have just cast it on the Artisan because that would have let them have a pretty crazy attack with the Vanguard and everything else. So they might have just drawn a removal spell, but I don't know that they did. Sunset Strike Master is okay. But now we have pretty insane attacks next turn if they don't draw another land. So now we can just go Narset's Rebuke on the... Well, let's actually go to combat first. We're going to attack with everything. So what's nice now is if they do decide to block, I forgot this had prowess, so we can then cast the Rebuke like that. And then we might lose the ability to play our other Tempest Hawk, but also that's okay. Like that trade I'm totally fine with. More than happy with this exchange. Yeah, so let's do this. And then we're going all in on the Tempest Hawks. So we're going to take the action here. I don't think I have another one, right? Yeah, okay. I'm going to play Mountain. And then we can go... We can't just go Tempest Hawk, Tempest Hawk. Let's do it. For the memes, strictly, it is Tempest Hawk time. Molten Exhale's good, but they can't now get rid of the Tempest Hawk army, the fleet, if you will, with the Sunset Strike Master. Here we are more than happy just taking 3 damage. Now we've got lethal as it stands. So I think we're just going to take out the Sunset Strike Master. Alright, we get there in game 1. Alright, hopping into this next game, we go first. There is a lot of heat in this hand. Let's try it. It's a little bit slow. We might have to play the Grappler on 3, but I do like the fact that we can go and get access to all of our colors in our starting hand, and we have the Jeskai Revelation, so we have a vision at least with this. Tempest Hawk is honestly pretty good. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get the Swamp here on our turn. And then next turn we'll just play out the Tempest Hawk. Roiling Dragonstorm is fine. It is Tempest Hawk time. Hopefully that doesn't mean they have a lot of giant dragons that are going to kill us. So we're going to go Tempest Hawk here. It would be insane if we double Jeskai Revelation with the Flamehold Grappler. We'll need 10 mana to do so. It would be cool though. Alright, so they're going to get rid of our Tempest Hawk, which is a little bit of a bummer. But they're not building out their board at all here. I do think we are interested in looking through our deck here. Stormplane Detainment is good. Probably should have discarded a Plains instead of a Mountain there, so he can go Grappler into Jeskai Revelation. Maybe that's too ambitious, though. I mean, we'll go Swiftwater Cliffs. We can play the slow game, my friend. I think they are wanting to remove something on our turn. Okay, Rakshas's Bargain is really good. Okay. So next turn we can potentially go Grappler into Stormplane Detainment, which is good. And then turn after we can Jeskai Revelation. Which seems decent enough. Temur Tarkir is pretty solid. And now we can go get the Dragonstorm and the Tarkir next turn. Or we can take out both of their creatures here. I do think we need to play it this way instead of waiting until we have 10 mana to play the Grappler into the Jeskai Revelation. I think now we are interested in... I mean, they're probably going to play a dragon next turn. So let's take the Tarkir and the Roiling Dragonstorm here, just to try and prevent them from getting that value. They are going to be able to get one of the things back with the Leopard, so maybe I should have taken one of those. No, that was definitely a misplay. I definitely should have taken the leopard there. Because now they can just get rid of it. Yeah, that was definitely wrong. Meticulous Artisan is interesting. So we could Jeskai Revelation, but we wouldn't be able to get the Esh key off the battlefield. I do think we have to play the Meticulous Artisan just to get our treasure here. And then we will attack. This way we can return the Esh key to their hand and kill whatever else is on the battlefield next turn. I don't think we're interested in casting this for the flush out cost. Team Tarkir is good. And they'll probably go Glacial Dragon Hunt, kill the Artisan, and then attack. If I had to guess. Piercing Exhale also gets it done, so they have an 8/8 in the Esh key now, which is pretty good. Alright, so I do think we are interested in playing our Jeskai Revelation here. So I'm going to do that. We're going to take out the Tawny back. We're going to pay for the ward. Snakeskin Veil is pretty crazy. So, that was crazy. I did not have them having the Veil. I thought they were keeping up the mana for the Undergrowth Leopard. Oh boy, we just got totally outrared. Yeah. Okay, well at least my misplay of us taking the Roiling Dragonstorm is not the reason we lost here. Yeah, there's just not much we can do here. Their deck is great. Really good. Dragonback Assault and Esh key are both fantastic. So, definitely doing some major work here. Tawnyback is fine. Yeah, we're in trouble here. Good for our opponent, though. They're doing their thing. All right, we're hopping out of this one. We go down in game 2. All right, we go first in this next one. We're very excited to keep this. We can go Blade on 1, potentially into the Bearer of Glory. But maybe we just want to play a tap land first. Let's do that. And then next turn we can play the Bearer of Glory, or we can go get that untapped land and then go Dragonfire Blade into Bearer of Glory the turn after. So I do think now we're just going to play our Bearer of Glory out there. Then next turn we can go Jeskai Monument into the Dragonfire Blade. We also can go Jeskai Devotee into the Dragonfire Blade. I actually like that better. Let's get a little bit aggressive here. So we'll cast our Jeskai Devotee, and then we'll cast the Dragonfire Blade. And look, a 4/3 with First Strike is not the worst thing in the world. So we might just equip it next turn. Not entirely sure what we're going to do here. Formation Breaker is fine. Dragon Sniper is pretty good. We do have some First Strike action, though. I'm going to go and just equip the Dragonfire Blade to the Bearer of Glory. We're going to get a little bit aggressive here. And then next turn we'll probably go Monument into other Bearer of Glory. Sagu Pummeler is good. But we can still kind of attack through that here. So I do think we're going to start by just attacking here. Then we'll go other Bear of Glory into Jeskai Monument. And we will go and get a... Let's go get a mountain. And then we might discard this mountain and go draw some cards. I don't really know what the Stormshriek Feral is doing for us on this board. I also just like the fact that it's a 4/3, it can be a 5/4, so they just can't block this super effectively. We also can make a couple birds. We also can play the Feral and then equip it the turn after, so it's a 5/5. But then they can block with the Dragon Sniper. I don't know. Champion of Doosan's okay. So I do think, again, we're just going to start by attacking with the Bearer of Glory here. They can't keep taking 4 forever, and they haven't put anything out there that's that good at blocking it. So here we can take out the Sagu Pummeler, which I think is what we're going to do. And then we will die to the Champion of Doosan. And then now, I think we're just interested in... I do think cracking our Monument is going to make the most sense. We could also just equip it again to the Bearer of Glory, which would be okay. Let's do that. And then I'm actually going to discard this and draw a couple cards. I just hate that they have the Dragon Sniper out there. Okay, that was not great. Maybe we should have kept the Stormshriek Feral, but I think just having the Dragon Sniper out there, they're never blocking the Bearer of Glory with that, and so this just kind of is not that effective. A Bearer of Glory, a Dragonfire Blade, and a Dream here. So they are going to make an Elephant. So they're offering a trade with us. Which I think we'll take. Now we can crack the Monument, and then our birds can start doing some damage. So, definitely looking like I maybe should have kept the Stormshriek Feral here. We're going to go get our Swamp, and then we're just going to crack our Monument. I think double blocking, if the way they would double block, it wouldn't have been that good for us. Jeskai Revelation would be like a crazy draw here. There's a lot of good draws we could have. So they are going to give their Formation Breaker the reach here. It might also be Tempest Talk time. Let's do that. Let's start by attacking. So we're going to double block like this. I actually don't think we care. Let's take out the Champion of Doosan. Let's play out our Tempest Talk. That's fine. Just because I want to be able to equip this to our Tempest Talk. Make it into a 4/4. Dragonstorm Globe is decent. Another Formation Breaker is good. So they're going to start doing some work with the Formation Breakers if they want to. And I think we're going to block like this. Jeskai Revelation would go so hard. Fortress Kingguard is also a technical draw we could have had. Oh, this is not looking good. This is not looking good. I mean, I guess we want to keep playing out lands. I hate that they know that we have nothing. But what else are we going to do? Kish the Skimmer's pretty good. They'll probably just go draw a card with the Champion of Deuce. I'm putting a counter on something here. Yeah, we're in a tough spot now. We gambled a little bit with our card draw here. I think we're just going to take this 6 here. Doesn't feel great. Imperial Sentinel's fine. I doubt they'll get a land. Yeah. Mardu Devotee could potentially help us scry to find something good here. Really need the Revelation. None of those are that. And we'll just try and stay alive on their next turn. We're taking 8 unblockable from the Formation Breakers. I think we're okay. Just taking the 6. I think it's kind of like if we draw Jeskai Relation, we can get back into it. If not, we just won't. Stormshriek Feral is not quite it. Maybe we should have kept it initially. Did help us dig into our deck. Not too much. Looks like they might have a removal spell for it before we equip it. Okay, we can get out of here. Alright, hopping into this next game. We'll keep this. It is pretty slow, but we can play the Blade, we can play the Monument, we can discard some cards we don't get any action, so I'm going to try it here. I just don't like discarding in this deck specifically. Narrative is pretty solid, so I'm going to go and get a Mountain with this. We'll get a Swamp with the Evolving Wilds. And then hopefully our Dragonfire Blade and the Narrative can kind of take over here. It also will be good with that into the Stormshriek Feral. So that is the new plan here. Interesting. So now I guess we'll just play out our Mountain. Next turn we'll go Narrative. Turn after we might go get a Island. Sipsig Appraiser is good. Hopefully our Narrative can hold on for a second here. If we can get it to stick, it's going to be really solid. We're going to try it. I can see a world where getting an Island and playing out a Bearer of Glory is better there, but I think next turn, if we're able to equip this, if they don't have a 3-mana removal spell. Interesting. Okay, they don't. Okay, so we can equip this on our turn. So let's play the Evolving Wilds. I guess we could play the Meticulous Artisan and equip it that way. So let's do that. So let's go Evolving Wilds. We'll go get our Island. Meticulous Artisan. And then this will equip for 1. And we'll do it like that. And we all of a sudden have a 6/7. And then next turn our Stormshriek Feral can do a ton of damage. So we'll see. Equilibrium Adept is totally fine. Uranus Rebuff is good if this did not have Hexproof for monocolored. So I do think it's best for us if we just attack like this and get really aggressive. We're doing 12 damage this way. They're down to 5. Narset's Rebuke is good, but if they don't get rid of this, Unnecessary Messenger keeps them not alive because we have the Detainment. Okay, all right, we get there here. We are back to 2-2 on the day. We don't care. And then we will detain the messenger, and we should be good to go. All right, we get there here. All right, our opponent goes first in this one. It's pretty sketchy. I mean, we do have access to our colors. We can't cast the narrative. Expensive Pack Beast is not it. We can discard and try and draw some action. Let's see what our opponent does. We'll make our choice. We're going to try it. We're going to gamble. I don't know. It's probably not the right call, but there's so many worlds where we can have a worse starting hand than this that I'm okay trying it out. Hopefully we draw some early action, and then our Pack Beast and our Feral are okay. And if not, we can go dig. We'll see how it goes. Looks like our opponent might have disconnected here, so maybe it doesn't matter. We were worrying for nothing. We are victorious. We're playing good Magic today. We are 3-2. Alright, here our opponent goes first. We are more than happy keeping this. Hopefully we can get a early Pack Beast with our Fortress King Guard and our Devoted Duelist. I'm going to go and I'm going to get a Island while I'm thinking about it. And then next turn, we'll probably just go with the King Guard. I don't really see the need to play the Duelist out. We're probably not attacking into their Dragon Sniper here. So now we'll just go Fortress King Guard. Does a good job of blocking the Dragon Sniper as well. I'm okay trading with either one of my tokens here. Like, sure, you get to eat my token. It's kind of okay by me. Soul the Devotee is good. Now I do think we will just go with the Bearer of Glory. Then next turn we might go Devoted Duelist into the Flush Out, where we're drawing some cards, depending on what we draw. I do think we're fine just taking 4 here. I want to get some creatures so that we can play our Salt Road Pack Beast a little bit cheaper. Maybe we just play it here. As a fine blocker. Let's do that. We'll play it for 4. Next turn we can go Devoted Duelist into another Pack Beast, which feels pretty strong for us just stabilizing our side of the board here. Here I think we'll try to block like this. We'll get a little bit defensive. We probably won't cast our Pack Beast next turn now. We'll just go like Devotus into Monument. And then hopefully we can eat one of their things here. Or both. Okay. I do think we want to just go Duelist into the Jeskai Monument. They are going to counter the Monument, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. Sagu Pummeler is alright. I do think we kind of just want to play the other Pack Beast. Or do we just detain the Pummeler? I'm just going to play the other Pack Beast. We'll draw another card. We'll get a decent board presence here. And then now I am going to attack with our 1 Pack Beast. I want to, like, obviously offer the trade of either taking out their Devotee or their Sagu Pummeler here, because we do have some more ammunition behind. Getting rid of either one of those creatures is going to feel strong. We can then detain the other one. So I'm great with this, and then if they use those counters to put on the Humbling Elder next turn, we can detain it and get a lot of value that way. So I'm kind of hoping that's what they take their next turn to do. Yeah, okay, perfect. So now we can just detain the Humbling Elder. And then we'll play out our Dragonfire Blade as well. And then I don't think we want to attack. Another Sagu Pummeler is not ideal. Land is great. So now we can go Narset's Rebuke, taking out the Sagu Pummeler. We can use the 3 mana to equip our Devoted Duelist. And now we can attack with that. I think we're okay with a trade here. Looks like, fortunately for us, our opponent is continuing to just draw a bunch of lands over there. So now I do think we want to just get as aggressive as we can. I'm going to leave back the Salt Road Pack Beast. Riverwalk Technique is good. Do we want that on top? I don't know that we do. I think we're okay drawing another land here. Just continuing to play it pretty conservatively here. Our opponent is just getting totally flooded. So I think we'll start by... I think we're going to start by attacking. If they want to trade with one of our things, I'm okay with that. And then we'll just play out our Devotee. We'll get our Scry on. Just Revelation's great. I guess we'll keep it like this. And then we'll just play out a Tempest Talk. And then next turn, we can play the Meticulous Artisan and eventually play our Jeskai Revelation. Winter Night Stories is actually pretty good. They draw a Wingblade Disciple, which is not quite going to get it done here. I do think we're just going to start by attacking everywhere. We will take... Actually, no, I don't want to do that. I want to play the Jeskai Revelation. I almost took that action. We'll end our turn here. They're going to Winter Night Stories again, and then we will probably get there here. All right, we win that one as well. So we're now 4-2 on the day. Turning this thing back around. All right, hopping into this next one, our opponent goes first. And this is real slow. But Nerv is okay. Jeskai Relation's great. We could just get Mardude so badly here. But we're gonna try it. I might gamble too much on these keeps. No! No! Oh. This is gonna be tough. If they completely curve out, I think we're just toasted here. Hopefully we can draw some early action. That is not it. I'm gonna go and get our island here. And then we're going to play the Jeskai Monument. Hopefully we can draw some early action, but this was probably foolish keeping this starting hand. Another devotee isn't the worst thing they see in the world. Alright, they're putting both on the bottom. Ooh, Dragonfire Blade is also solid, so they can have a 3-4 next turn. But we've got a Tempest Hawk and a Dream, people. We are so alive. Okay, let's go get another mountain. Now we can go Tempest Hawk into Narav, into Narset's Rebuke, eventually Jeskai Revelation, and we'll just like try to hold on here. No! I don't like this guy. Pothos. I mean, honestly, they might not take the Revelation. It's just going to take us so long to get there. They also didn't equip this turn, so honestly, maybe this wasn't the worst thing in the world. I might be overreacting. I just hate the fact that we might lose our Jeskai Revelation here. They are taking the Narset's Rebuke here. We'll take 3. I do think now we want to play out our Tempest Hawk. We're still taking 5 here if they equip. We're not blocking quite yet, but hopefully our Narav can stay for a second here. I mean, we're not blocking with it. We might as well go get another Tempest Hawk. If they get rid of our Narav, we're screwed. If not, we have a fighting chance. Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. So I think we have to crack the Jeskai Monument just to stay alive here. But we're pretty toasted. This is what we get. I mean, we kept it really slow. Starting hand. Dawnbreaker's great. We are super duper dead here. So we'll block like this. Doesn't feel great. Fortress Kentguard does not get it done. We're a mana away from doing Jeskai Relation. Hexproof for monocolored, we'd get to return this to their hand, kill this, gain some life, draw some cards. Like, we were not that far. We really weren't. But we go down here, unfortunately. Just a turn away from the Revelation. Alright, this is where our draft ends today. Unfortunately, we go down. Alright, so here is where our journey ends today. Look, it wasn't the greatest deck we've ever seen. We never really just got Revelation successfully, which is surprising. But we did go 4-3, so it could have been a lot worse. Based on this draft, I'm going to be giving away a 5-card rare set to one of you. Cards straight out of my binder. They will be good. They'll be fun. They'll be interesting. It won't just be like crappy bulk rares. So if you're interested in winning that and you're still watching, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing a ton of challenges and fun giveaways. And leave a comment down below how you think I did. Thank y'all for watching. Until next time.